Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Live Digital Docs Live. I think we're on edition 16 actually, so welcome. Today we are going to be talking about the Logitech webcam and the secret little controller that some of you may find amazing when I actually show you what it is and how to find it. But first, let me know you're here. If you're joining me live, let me know that you're in the chat. And if you're watching the replay of this video, that's super awesome as well. Just let me know that you're watching the replay and I'll come back in and answer any questions that you might have when you watch the replay. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be looking at the Logitech webcam's secret controls. And these have been a game changer for many of my clients and myself because it helps you to manipulate the webcam that you thought didn't really do very much. Now, as a bonus, I'm also going to be looking at the SnapCam. So it also gives you an idea of what's happening behind the scenes with SnapCam and how you can get this nice little filter that just takes away those little wrinkles that one might have as we get a little bit older. So I'm going to get my chat up in LinkedIn as well, because I want to just make sure that I answer any chat to those people in LinkedIn, because I missed it last week because I couldn't see that. So anyways, here we go. So I want to show you the secret controls, but first I want to show you two different cameras. So I have two cameras working at the moment. They're both Logitech cameras. So one of them is the Logitech StreamCam. That's this one that I'm pointing at with my finger here. And the other one is the Logitech HD1080. Now, you may see a slight difference between the two at the moment because I have the SnapCap filter on the one that I'm looking at directly in front of me, and I don't have any filter on this one over here. So if I were to swap my SnapCam over, just briefly, I will just show you the fact that both Logitech cameras are as equally as good as each other. So there you go. So that's just a little bit better there, but I actually think that I actually prefer the StreamCam. But anyway, we'll get there. So we're going to go through, first of all, the secret functions of the Logitech controller. Now, I want to show you this because this is an amazing functionality. So if I swap to this scene here, this particular scene, this is the controller that I want to talk to you about. Now, I have a standard Logitech. So this is the Logitech that I started with. So I'm going to just take this off and I'm going to show you. So this Logitech camera here, this like webcam, this is probably what most people went out and bought during lockdown because we suddenly had to do everything online. And our own cameras on our computers may not have been very good. You know, you might have been a little bit like iffy. So you just thought, actually, let me get a webcam and it will be, you know, a little bit better quality. And that is exactly what most people believed. But unfortunately, not everybody has the right lighting. They might not have the right audio, but the camera quality itself is great. Logitech cameras are amazing. But I discovered a neat little controller that isn't publicized very often anywhere. So as you can see on the screen, this controller that I'm using at the moment enables me to control my webcam. So I'm going to get that up now. I'll find it in all my little screens. Okay, so there's my little controller. Now, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to run through this and then hopefully, you know, if there's anything you want to say, you know, about this, then I'll share the link to where you can get this from. It's completely free. And it will revolutionize the way you use your Logitech webcam. Now, like I said, I'm using the StreamCam and the HD1080. So it works on both of these webcams. So on your computer screen, it will be like a blue circle with like a little webcam option. And I'll show you where that is in a second. But what it does is it will, on the home option, you can have your webcam as a standard, so it makes you look a bit closer, or you can have it on widescreen. Now, sometimes some of you may see this flickering as well, and that's because the POW setting is different. And sometimes you get a flicker and you think, oh, how can I get rid of that? And you see here it says anti-flicker. So just flick it between the two, and whichever one stops the flickering, then you're fine. If you go to widescreen, it actually pulls you away. Now, that's not just the things that I want to tell you about. I want to show you the advanced settings first before I do anything else. Now, in here, it has this auto white balance. So when I click auto white balance, you see how different my camera looks when I turn off the auto white balance. I've gone blue, 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 blue. When I turn it back on again, it immediately controls the white balance of my camera. It's amazing. Now, I have a client who had just moved up to a new office, and her walls, one wall was lilac, the other one was blue. And for some reason, the camera was just picking up the blue, so she thought. But then when I showed her how to download this webcam control and she uploaded it into her computer, it's been amazing. She doesn't have this blue tinge anymore, which is great. Another thing that this does is it has an autofocus. So if you move around, you're less likely to get blurred. So if I turn it on, it will autofocus. It will focus in on me, like no matter where I am on the screen, which is also really good. It also has brightness, so you can adjust the brightness if you wanted to. You can adjust the contrast. You can adjust the color, the intensity. But of course, if you just restore the defaults, it goes back to normal. And then you just go back in. I always have it on widescreen because I just like not being so close to the camera. So you just play around with it. But what I found is that I just have the auto white balance. I have the autofocus on. The standard settings work really well. So I don't usually fiddle with those. Now, another thing I want to show you is the camera control. So most of us think that when we use the camera control, that all we've got is like we're in the center and we can't do anything else. Now, with this, you can actually move your camera around. So what you can do is you can actually move it so that you are in a different position. So watch what happens. If I click this plus button, I can move myself closer to the screen. If I want to move myself more to the left or the right, I just click this over and it moves the camera. Now, it's not moving the physical camera, it's moving the lens inside the webcam so that it enables you to maybe pull on different aspects of your studio. Maybe you might want to record something with writing down the side, so you could put writing in this area. This is great if you're editing your videos afterwards and you want to put captions. You can do that in like wave.video. You can do all of those sort of captions and things like that. So that's really good. Another thing it does is it enables you to position yourself better in the camera. So if you didn't want to be in the middle or the top, you can just bring yourself down and you can pretty much do anything with it, which is really quite cool. So these functions, this is completely free inside of the Logitech website. So I'm going to just share with you where to find it. So you can go here to support.logi.com and I'm going to show you where you can actually find it. So I've got to actually add a new scene for that because I forgot to do that. So I'm going to just edit that and I'm going to just pull this other picture up. So just bear with me a second. Let me just put me on the screen and then I'm going to share my screen, this one, and I'm going to bring that up. So now this is where you download it, but you don't download the Logitech Capture, you download the camera settings. So if I go into this page, you can see that there's two options. Go to the camera settings option. And here you can see that you can use it for Windows, you can use it for Mac. Its latest update was a little while ago, but it doesn't matter. It still works. And if you want to have functionality of your Logitech webcam, this is the perfect add-on for you. So it works on the Mac OS all the way up. I mean, I've got the new iMac desktop thing and it works perfectly on there. So all you need to do is click download and it will download it to your computer. Just let the computer do what it does. And before you know it, you'll have these camera controls on your computer and they are amazing. So when you actually have them in your computer, what you need to do is you need to I'm not sure I can actually show you. I can show you with the whole scene. So if I just share my whole screen with you, this one, you can see down the bottom. Let me just show you down the very bottom. Let me just put myself on the screen so you can see here. So you can see down the bottom, there's this blue circle. So if I just get my little Doppler, not that one, this one. Down here, oh, it's not going to work, hang on. Down the bottom here on the screen, don't know if you can see that. That's the controller that you need to look for. So if you go into your applications, it's that controller that controls the webcam controller. Okay, so that's how cool it is and how easy it is to use that particular tool. So I'm just going to remove this a second, my little Doppler, and I'm going to come back to my scene. So that's the Logitech secret control. So just a reminder, you can get that here on the Logitech website, and that's an amazing secret settings for you to use. Now, like I said just now before, I've got this nice filter on, and you can see the difference. If I go to this scene, you can see the difference between my Logitech webcam up there and my stream cam here, that I've got this nice filter on my face. Now, that's because I'm using the SnapCam filter inside of my computer, and that again enables you to like put this nice glow on, but you can also do other things with your SnapCam computer. Like you can actually do like a cartoon style, so I could actually become something else. I've got beautiful eyes. How cool is that? So you can see how SnapCam can like change things up. You can do all sorts of different things, and you can have work from home, so they've got different studio settings that you can do. I can have glasses on if I want to. I could perhaps put myself with maybe my favorite cat on my head. You know, there's all sorts of different things that you can use the SnapCam for. I mainly use it for that nice filter that I have on my face. So when you take them off and you don't have any filter on, what SnapCam does is it just places that nice filter on you, and you can get to that here by apply retouching to video when no lens is active. So it just gets rid of that crinkle that we often find when we don't have any filters on. So Zoom's fault for that, because Zoom introduced us to the crinkle fixer. You know, Zoom was the one that introduced that nice lens that we can have. So this is just SnapCam. If you wanted to put this on your video when you're using like a live stream, then that's the sort of thing that you can do. Okay, so I hope this video has been useful for you, and this live stream has been useful. Let me just get back to my main sweet scene. There we go. So reminder, what we've done today is we looked at Logitech's webcam secret controls, and once you've watched this replay and you've added this secret control to your desktop or your laptop, it is going to be a game changer for you. And you can download it from support at Logitech and all those different long bits over the top. And what that will enable you to do is it will enable you to download it to your computer so that you can then use it over and over again. And you can use it not only when you're doing live streaming, but you can also use it when you are recording using Zoom, you are in your Microsoft Teams, you know, wherever you use your Logitech webcam, you can use the Logitech secret camera controls. Okay, so thanks very much for joining me today. If you have any questions and you're watching the replay, drop them in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you next week for another edition of Digital Dots Live.